In 1993, German engineer Rudolf Gantenbrink explored an unexplored shaft in the Queen's Chamber of the Great Pyramid of Giza. Unlike the shafts in the King's Chamber, these did not open to the outside. Instead, they extended about 10 feet into the wall and ended abruptly, leaving their purpose a mystery. To investigate, Gantenbrink built a small robot with a camera and light, just 8 inches wide, to navigate the shaft. When the robot reached the supposed end, it discovered the tunnel continued upward at a 40 degrees angle for another 90 yards, ending at a tiny limestone door with 2 copper handles, unusual, since metal is not found elsewhere in the pyramid. The door had a gap around its edges, suggesting something could be behind it. Gantenbrink requested permission from Zahi Hawass, Egypt's Minister of Antiquities, to investigate further, but instead, he and his team were banned from the site. Zahi Hawass, a prominent and controversial figure in Egyptology, has a history of suppressing evidence that challenges mainstream theories. Much of what is taught about the Great Pyramid is based on unproven hypotheses, not solid facts. The mainstream view claims the pyramid was built about 4,500 years ago as a tomb for Pharaoh Khufu, supposedly completed in just 20 years. Originally, it was covered in smooth white limestone and topped with a gold capstone, but an earthquake in the 1200s caused much of the casing to fall off, and the rest was stripped to rebuild Cairo, leaving the rough appearance seen today. Mainstream Egyptologists point to a stone sarcophagus in the king's chamber as evidence it was Khufu's tomb, but no mummy has ever been found in the Great Pyramid or in any pyramid. Khufu's name appears inside the pyramid, but only as red-painted graffiti, not carved hieroglyphs. In fact, no hieroglyphs are carved anywhere inside the Great Pyramid, nor are there any inscriptions in Egypt explaining who built the pyramids or how. The Great Pyramid consists of 2.3 million limestone blocks, weighing between 2 and 80 tons. Some stones, especially the largest, were transported from a quarry 500 miles south of Giza, remarkable since this predates the invention of the wheel by 300 years. Even today, moving such massive stones is difficult with modern machinery. The blocks fit together with such precision that a razor blade cannot fit between them, and no mortar was used, unlike later pyramids, which were less precise. Mainstream theory suggests copper tools were used to cut the stones, but experiments show copper chisels are ineffective, quickly wearing out and barely making a dent in the stone. Even with a large copper saw, progress was extremely slow, about 4 millimeters per hour. Some ancient sarcophagi show cuts several feet long that are slightly off-center, which would have been noticed much earlier if cut with slow, primitive tools, suggesting a faster and more advanced method was used. Even if the pyramid was just a tomb, the timeline is implausible. To place 2.3 million stones in 20 years would require setting 315 stones every day, non-stop, using only ropes, pulleys, and ramps. For comparison, other monumental projects took much longer. The pyramids of Teotihuacan in Mexico took 150 years, the Sydney Opera House 14 years, and filling a quarry in France, the same volume as the pyramid, took 12 years with modern dump trucks. The pyramid's design is also unusually precise. In the 1940s, it was discovered that the pyramid has 8 sides, visible only at sunrise and sunset on the equinoxes, a feature not possible to see from the ground. The pyramid sits at the geodesic center of all land masses on Earth and is aligned to true north with 99.94% accuracy, more precise than even the Paris Observatory, which was built with modern technology. Despite claims that the ancient Egyptians only had basic math skills, the pyramid's design incorporates advanced mathematical constants. The perimeter of its base relates to its height by the value of pi, and the ratio of its surface area to its base equals the golden ratio, 1.618. Its latitude, 29.9792458 degrees N, matches the speed of light in meters per second, a fact not discovered until thousands of years later, raising questions about whether all these features could be mere coincidences.